Hi, this is Ronnie, and I have a layout process video to share. That picture is my great nephew, and on his birthday it was all done in fish. So that piece of scrap paper you've seen there, I'm going to fussy cut all those fish out to go on his layout. And all that is simple stories, and I was going to use that background, that wood grain that you just seen. Instead, I ended up using this one. I saw it again when I was cleaning up after I finished my layout, and I thought, man, I should have went ahead and used that. It is lighter than this one, so I think it might have worked better, but this one turned out okay. I did cut all those fish out off camera because there was quite a few of them, and I have a lot of little pictures. There's like 12 pictures that's going to go on this layout. And I did have problems with the way they were cropping when I put them in pick frame, I think it was, and printed them on my selfie. And twice the same picture, that one over there to the left, yeah, that one, it cut off my other great nephew in one, and then it cut off my nephew in another. So I had to just make do with what I could end up with. So my nephew is cut off a little bit. Oh, I guess I forgot to turn the camera on because all the pictures are down and they're all backed with that. Um, it's a, oh, I guess it's like a maroon burgundy color. It's not, it's like a dark red, maybe a brick red. And I thought it'd go with some of the fish that was on that one piece of paper. But yeah, they're all backed, and even the tiniest one. The fish, some of them are just adhered down to the paper without any foam dots, and others have the foam tape lifting them up. And some of the pictures are just adhered down, and some have foam tape. So yeah, it did take me a little while to do it, and like I said, I guess I forgot to turn the camera back on. And this one I'm deciding how I want it to go there, so I'll know whether I want foam tape or no foam tape. And yes, I end up using some foam tape on it. And you putting all those little crooks and grooves and everything else, yeah, it takes a while. So I cut that out. I did cut that out. But each one of them took a little bit because I wanted to, it's thin, it's not super thick. Oh, and I'm going to use that Heidi Swap handwriting that dies to make my title. My title is going to be Fishy Fun. Instead of the I in fishy, I am going to use a fish. And it's that one right there. It seemed to be the closest size to what I needed. I'd liked it a little bit smaller, and I really would have liked it in another color, but that was the best I could get with what was left in the fish after I cut them out and put them on the page. And I'm going to go ahead, before the final picture is taken, long after I finished my layout, and I inked the fish, because every time I looked at it, it didn't look like it was showing up well enough. So it does show up a little better in the final picture. And this, I'm going to use those letters. They're a simple story letter, I believe. And I'm going to have Maverick's first birthday out of them. And I like mounting them on cardstock. And then that way I can just cut them out and try them here and there, and also get them a little straighter, usually, if I can do it that way. But there, it's all mounted on the cardstock and cut out. And I needed an apostrophe there, so I used my white gel pen. But yeah, Maverick's first birthday and Fishy Fun. And like I said, it's all done with fish, and they have, if you look at the pictures, I know they're tiny. Like the one right below his big picture, you'll see bobbers hanging there too. And I debated on putting the bobbers on there because I thought, I'll have to do some craftiness to make those because I didn't have none to cut out. And then I thought, oh, I don't know if they'll look that good. So I debated and debated. They do end up on the layout though. And here I was looking at this to see if there's anything I could use, and I am going to use that camera. And it's, even though it's dimensional, I'm going to go ahead and put some more foam tape behind it. Don't know what I was thinking there. But yeah, it probably had enough dimension, but I added more. And it's a cute little camera. I really like it, but it looked rustic like my layout. And then I'm going to look at the sticker sheet, and there was one that just really excited me on the sticker sheet, and it's Hooked on You. Yeah, can you imagine? I have that to put on there. I was really thrilled. So it is all about fishing, and I'm trying to reach the layout so I can tell you what that other sticker says. It says, "Memories are waiting to happen." That little white one. And then there's another little white one that says, "Let's have a great summer day." So, yeah, that Hooked on You just really excited me when I seen it on there. And I thought, I have to use that on my layout. Whether I use anything else or not, that is going on there. And of course, it's a greenish color, and so is my background. So I had to do something to make it pop up a little bit, show up just a little bit. And I use that. Let's call it barn red. That's what we'll call it. Barn red. Rustic red? I don't know. Anyway, that's what I used. And, oh, that's the other sticker that I told you about. And I'm going to use it there on the layout. And I know I put some, oh, I do put a brad with the Hooked on You. And the brads are all really cute. And the one I end up putting on there is one with a red heart. So it goes with everything else on here. And the Hooked on You, yeah, the heart goes with the Hooked on You. And there's the brad. And I'm going to use my piercer and make a hole in the paper and put it on. Then I'm going to think, there's some little brads on there. I could use one of them for a bobber and put a string leading away from the fish that's hanging up there on the Fishy. So yeah, I'm going to do that next, but then I'm going to undo it later. Yeah, I'm going to get really creative later and make all those bobbers to put around my layout, and I'm going to take the brad off and make a tiny one to go there. And the thread I'm using is crochet thread, and I'm going to put glue underneath it because of course I want it to go exactly the way I want it to go. And I'm going to put a swirl in there, you know, instead of it just hanging straight down. And it is going to take me a couple of minutes to do that. Oh, and there's the brad. I went ahead and put the brad in. So the bobber's going to go right there because of course I'm going to have to cover up the hole that I put the brad in. Yeah. But I think the bobber looks really cute. And I saved the brad for another layout. And the glue I'm using is the Art Institute glitter glue. It's a thin glue, and it's got, if you use the fine point on the end, then you can go ahead and put just a little bit out there. And so yeah, see, I'm just putting this line there to put on the thread. And I have been making a mistake editing these videos. They were kind of shaky, so I've seen the stabilizer button. It's been so long since I edited videos that I'd forgotten how to do them. And I hit the stabilizer button. Well, apparently it zooms in, and I remember thinking, boy, I didn't make sure I was in frame a lot, and coming to find out it was zooming in, and I happened to notice it when I hit that button one time, like my last video, the one right before this one. Yeah, so, and I've edited a lot that's on that SD card. Anyway, I noticed it, and so I unclicked the stabilizer, and I really need it stabilized because they were really jerky. So I clicked again, and then I noticed this one thing down there, a button that says lock. And I'd seen it zoom in, but when I hit that lock, I thought, well, I'm going to hit it, see what happens. I hit the lock, and it went back out. It wasn't zoomed in no more. And I guess locked. I don't know. But, yeah, in frame much better. Yeah. And I would redo all them, but you don't know how many hours I invested doing those. So, no, I guess I'll just be zoomed in. um, I took and cut a 3/4 inch white circle, then I cut a red one the same size, and then I cut those in half and glued them on the white, and I'd cut a strip, really thin strip of the red, and I'm going to use them on the top of the bobbers. And I think they turned out pretty cute. They look, just to glance at them, they look like bobbers. And then I'm going to get really creative and take my hole punch and use it to make the little teeny tiny one to go up there by that fish. Yeah, I'm going to work hard on that one. I did cut quite a bit out. You don't know how many times it stuck to my finger instead of where I wanted it to stick. So I cut all that out so you didn't have to watch it. You'd probably sit there and laugh. I mean, I could have left it in for that, but I thought you should be watching it and thinking, oh, she needs to just give up. Hang it up, girl. No, I got it. I finally got it. Yeah, here I'm using my hole punch. So, yeah, it's little. There it is. And I'm going to cut a red one and actually managed to cut it in half. And then I'm actually going to manage to cut the little top of the bobber, which is super tiny, and that's the one that's going to cause me the most problems, and put it on top. Yeah, there it is, done. I finally got it. And see how long that top is? I went ahead and left it long and let the glue dry a minute so I can go ahead and cut it off. But I didn't want to try to cut it till the glue was dry a little bit. But yeah, I took the brad out, and now I'm going to put that in and cover the hole up. And I did make sure I pushed down the hole and put a little extra glue on it so that the hole will stay shut. And yeah, of course I want it set a certain way because I want it to look like it's attached to the string. And there's my little teeny tiny bobber. And I'm going to put the brad back so I can use it for another layout. But that's my layout. I got it done. And yeah, I did make in the video and showed the close-ups, and I cut that out because then I turned around and did the bobbers. But yeah, I thought I was done, and then I thought, what the heck, I'm going to go ahead and try. It can't look any worse than I'm picturing in my head, and I didn't think they turned out too bad at all. But I want to thank you all for watching, and if you leave a comment below, I'll love to respond. I love seeing comments. If you hit the like button, I'd appreciate that too. And if you're not subscribed, I'd love it if you would subscribe. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and have a happy, scrappy week. Bye.